Hello, everyone, and good morning. My name is Al Milne, and I am excited to share with everyone that I will continue to be the chairperson of Mass Advocates Standing Strong for the next 2 years, which is a great thing. I am glad to welcome you to the Your Ideas Count, the 23rd Annual Mass Self-Advocacy Conference. We're so excited to have you all here, and we've got a great 3 days ahead of us. Today, we'll be hearing from some members of Mass, listen to the speech from our keynote speaker, Max Barrows, have a Q&A with the Department of Developmental Services Commissioner, Jane Ryder, get to see some workshops on the history of Mass and on being a leader. And we will have awards for attendees today who stay throughout the day. We have a raffle at the end of the day. Today's raffle includes a football signed by New England Patriots captain Matthew Slater. So settle in and get ready for a great day. Before we get started, I'd like to thank our sponsors. Our grill sponsors are Beaverbrook Step, and Advocates. Our bill sponsors are VinFen and Road to Responsibility. Our developed sponsors are Delta Projects, Disability Law Center, Bay Cove Human Services, Bridgewell, Sunshine Village, the Arc of Plymouth and Upper Cape Cod, the Arc of Greater Haverhill Newburyport, and the Guild for Human Services. All right, next up, let's give a shout out to our board of directors, starting with our new board officers. Recently elected, we have Karen Kent as vice chair.
She's not here.
Okay. Kim Plout, second vice chair. Sandra Jones as the treasurer.
Kim's coming up.
Okay, I'm sorry. All right, Sandra Jones as treasurer.
One second.
Sandra, if you could turn on your camera, I think there.
There you go.
Okay. And last but Jillian Berube as secretary.
Jillian's coming up.
All right, let's hear it for our new officers.
Thank you so much, everybody. I hope we have a good year.
I agree. All right, moving on. Our other board members are Anne Frack, who is also the co-chair of the Mass SCM Task Force. Tom Fulcanetti, George Brown, Brenda Rankin, Bill Hurley, Joe O'Connell, Stephen Como, Stephen Toby, Fran Elides, who is also the state Rainbow Group Chair, Jackie Domain, Matthew Bander, and Ashley Quick. And the two newest board members are Samantha Wood and Therese Laporte. And now I'd like to recognize the names of the individuals who have joined Mass or transitioned to new staff roles with us in the past year. Donna J. and Kim Plout are new self-advocate peer trainer guides. Andrew Carr, a new sales team coordinator. Valerie Horn, a new Metro Regional Coordinator. Sarah Binney, a new Southeast Regional Coordinator. Kelsey Oates, our new Trainings and Communication Manager, formerly our Multimedia Coordinator. Grant Yosenik, our new Operations Coordinator, formerly our Assistant. Outside of new staff and those that have moved into new roles, we are extremely grateful for those that have been in Mass much longer. I would like to recognize Central Region Coordinator Susan Moriarty, Rainbow Program Coordinator Pauline Bosma, Rainbow Program Support Oscar Hughes, Self-Advocate Content Expert Kamisha, Project Coordinator Deb Lloyd, Project Coordinator Kevin Rakit, Project Supporter Kelly Murphy, Lead Regional and Northeast Coordinator Bridget Crowley, and last but not least, our statewide coordinator Brian Cramer. Again, I am proud to be part of the Mass Board. I am thankful for all the people that made our work possible. This year, our board, staff advisors, Jeff Kielsen, Amanda Chalmers, and Margaret Chalmenzer, and other supporters have done so much to make sure we could continue our advocacy work during these difficult times. Once again, thank you for joining us. We hope that you enjoy our program today and in the week ahead. And now we'll hear from our statewide coordinator, Brian Cramer.
Thank you, Al. A lot of new people, and very excited to be here. Thanks, Al, and I'm excited to be here today and to be here with all of you. I'm very grateful, as I've said many times, for the dedication and hard work of all of our Mass board staff and self-advocates and people with disabilities throughout Massachusetts that are tirelessly advocating and standing up for their rights, the rights of others. I'm proud to share that I officially started my 3rd year at Mass this past January. And during this time with Mass, we've strengthened our partnerships, our foundation, and I look forward to continuing to grow Mass under the leadership of Al Milne and the rest of our Mass Board of Directors. In this past year, Mass has been fortunate to open our new office. For those of you that may not remember, we had a little bit of a flood back in 2020. So we're excited to have the new office space and to do this work and to bring on new staff and support our mission. In addition to those that Al already mentioned, I would also like to give a final shout out to Mass training team staff members that continue to train self-advocates on the importance of self-advocacy. A big special thanks to Mindy Malice, William Fahey, Desiree Perez Batista, Justin Bernard, John Lally, Brian Kelly, Melissa Beauregard, Marie Hennessy, Seth Gesson, John Shimkus, Cynthia Goldberg, Karen Norton, James Miller, Stephen Toby, and Kimberly Matthews. Thanks again for all your hard work and commitment to Mass over the years. And to share a little more about about Mass and our new newsletter, I will now hand it off to Kamisha. Bring up Kamisha.
Hello, everybody. My name is Kamisha Elizabeth Harivo. I am 28 years old. I currently live in Canton, Massachusetts. I work for a statewide organization called Mass Advocate Standing Strong. I am the self-advocate content expert. As part of my job, I write a monthly newsletter called The Mass Flash. To me, the Mass Flash is about connecting one another to many different opportunities and possibilities, as well as showing the world more than ever that everyone has a voice in this world, no matter what your background is, your skin color, what language you speak, or whether you have a disability. As one of my favorite quotes from Mahatma Gandhi says, "Be the change that you wish to see in the world." With that being said, if you or someone you know would like to be a part of this wonderful newsletter, feel free to subscribe on our website, www.wearemath.org, and reach out to me. Hopefully, the Mass Flash continues to change your life as it has mine throughout the years. And here is one of my colleagues who I work on the Mass Flash with to introduce herself.
Thanks, Kamisha. Hi, my name is Kelsey Oates. I'm the Trainings and Communications Manager here at Mass. The biggest project I've been working on has been the Self-Advocacy Leadership Series, or SALS training. It's an 8-week series that teaches the soft skills of leadership. We have already delivered this training to many schools and transition programs and are looking forward to delivering many more. Back to you, Al.
All right. All right. All right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Kelsey. Next up, we have our keynote speaker, Max Barrows. Max Barrows is an outreach director for Green Mountain Self-Advocates, a position he has held since 2007. He mentors youth and adults with developmental disabilities, to speak up for themselves and become leaders. DMSA is a lead partner of the Self-Advocacy Resource and Technical Assistance Center, SARTAC. Max leads SARTAC's technical assistance team, assisting local and state self-advocate organizations across the nation. Max connects with people on all levels, advocating for true inclusion of people with developmental disabilities. In his work, he advances the message when individual with disability presumed competence. He received the White House Champions of Change Award for his work in 2015 and the Champion Equal Opportunity Award from the National Association of Councils on Developmental Disabilities in 2019. Max is an accomplished self-advocate from Vermont who served as a board member for Self-Advocates Becoming Empowered from 2008 to 2016. On a personal level, Max has a very high interest in extreme weather, and he likes to watch college and professional sports. Take it away, Max. All right. All right. So here is the keynote speaker, Max Barrows. Max, take it away.
Thank you, and hello, Mass Advocates standing strong. How's everyone doing today? Thumbs up if you are doing good. And don't worry, I could probably imagine that you're doing okay. So, I just want to say that I'm so happy to be here with all of you this, I guess you could say, beautiful Saturday in February, even though it is snowing up here right now in Vermont. But really, thank you so much for having me present to you. My name is Max Barrows. I am a self-advocate. I am on the autism spectrum. I live in the sticks of Vermont, where there's more dirt roads than paved roads, believe it or not. It is nice to virtually be in Massachusetts. You all live in the state that looks like my home, just flatter or flat. Well, there are some mountains and foothills, geographically more in the western part, but so I work for Green Mountain Self-Advocates, and we are the self-advocacy organization here in Vermont. I have worked here for over 14 years. We have 20 plus self-advocacy groups in Vermont. I am the outreach director. My job is to work with our local groups, meet with self-advocates, and support them to be strong leaders in their groups. I want to mention that during my session, I will be asking you questions. The way that will happen is by using an app called Mentimeter. During my speech, you will find a link in the chat, and click on the link and it will bring you to the questions. And I just want to say in advance, thanks for sharing your ideas with me. So I just want to start out by saying congratulations to all the self-advocates who organized this conference. And I especially want to compliment the self-advocates who came up with the excellent theme for your conference, Your Ideas Count. I want you to think of my keynote as an instruction manual for how to make your ideas count. Next slide, please. So to get us started, I have a short video to show, and let's watch how a guy in North Carolina makes his ideas count. In less than a minute and a half from start to finish, he gets people to embrace his idea. So watch and listen carefully. Looks like fun. So let's review what happened. First, as self-advocates, I think you already know that to make your ideas count, you have to have the guts to stand out. So you have to be willing to take a risk, to take a chance and put yourself out there. You need to be patient while people get used to this new idea of yours. You need to keep your cool and not get upset if people do not like your idea. And when you are sharing your ideas, do it in a way that is easy to follow. For example, the dancing guy used all kinds of dance moves. Now, did you notice when the first and second guys joined in that our dancing guy was very welcoming? So after you put your ideas out there, if people take an interest in you, when they ask you questions, make sure you let them know you appreciate their support. Remember, it takes guts to stand out like that. It's important to welcome your first followers. And after the first two guys started dancing, then came two more people, and immediately after, three more people. And then it was like opening up the floodgates. Soon, all kinds of people were rushing to join the dancing guy. And did you notice as more people started dancing, it became less risky to join the dancing guy? So the people who were afraid at first to get up and dance, well, over time, they saw that everyone else thought it was cool and they were no longer afraid to get up and dance. I want you to review the biggest lessons from the dancing guy. If you have a new idea and you want your ideas to count, number one, you have to have the courage to speak up. And number two, remember to thank and welcome the people who like your idea. The people who join you and agree to go along with your idea. All righty. Okay. Back to my instructions manual on how to make your ideas count. It all starts with knowing who you are. To go after your dreams, you need to know who you are. What I mean by this is knowing what you like and knowing what you don't like. For example, in a relationship, being able to be honest and tell your partner what you like and don't like to do. Another first step to speaking up is to know about your disability. Know what you do well and know what you need help with. For example, it is easy for me to say that I have autism, but it is harder to admit when I don't understand something. I don't want to be looked at as someone who is not smart. Many of us find it easy to talk about what we can do independently. The tricky part is getting comfortable with saying what we need help with. As leaders, if we really want our ideas to count, we need to be able to describe exactly what others can do to support us. That's what I love about the self-advocacy movement. Self-advocacy says, self-advocates, what they say to me is they say this: I don't care how different I am. I like it that way. I have been fortunate to learn from leaders in our movement. Now, I am not afraid to express who I am and how I learn. I connect with peers and allies who understand me. They learn from me and I learn from them. So my fellow self-advocates, speak up. If you have questions about your disability, ask someone you trust. Practice telling people about your disability. Tell them what is helpful. Speak up for your rights means speaking up for any accommodations you need. That's what speaking up for your rights is. And describe the best way you know how to do things. We all have challenges in our lives, but use them as a way to learn about yourself more. Next slide. So, who is the only person you can change? That is correct. If you said you, or you thought of yourself, that is correct. It is you. You are the only person you can change. All right, I'm going to ask you another question. And I want you to answer it silently. And here is the question. When you look in the mirror, do you like what you see? And when I say, do you like what you see, I don't just mean on the outside. Like, Am I having a bad hair day, or do I have a big pimple on my face? What I mean is, do you like what you see on the inside? Do you like who you are? Remember, when you love and respect yourself, you can spread that message of acceptance to those around you. Here is what I want you to do. Tomorrow, when you get up, when you look in the mirror, into the mirror, I want you to say positive comments about yourself. Please do not say, or just say, I'm a nice person. Say what you do that makes you a nice person. That's right. I'm asking you to talk to yourself. I call it talking to my spirit. I do it all the time. The important part is to say positive things, to compliment yourself, to pat yourself on the back. All right. So here's what I'm going to do right now. I want you to please go to the chat and click on the link that you will see in the chat. Type 3 positive words about yourself. What do people like and admire about you? What do people appreciate about you? So if you find that link in your chat, go ahead and do that. 3 positive words about yourself. What do people like and admire about you? And what do people appreciate about you? So I'm going to just read some that I can see here. Smart, caring, kind. Intelligent. That's a lot of words, but they're all good ones. Creative, I think I said that already. These are all great words. And helpful, loving, trustworthy. There's any other words here? I am big-hearted. I like that. All right. Great. Thank you very much. Next slide. Okay. You are feeling good about yourself. You are believing in yourself. You have a great idea, and you want to make your idea count. So you set up a meeting with someone who can make your idea happen. You want to make sure, you want to make your key points, and you want to make a personal connection with the person. The top goal for meeting with the person is to build a relationship with them. Work to establish a relationship or trust and goodwill. Be genuine and human in your conversation. In my experience, it works best if you have a relationship with the person before you have to ask for important questions. Before your meeting, practice staying calm before your meeting, and practice being respectful no matter what the person says. If they are supportive, thank them, especially for that support, and let them know you look forward to working with them on your idea. And if they do not like your idea, please remember you still need to thank them for listening and tell them you will continue to be available to answer questions. But the number one thing to remember, you want to make a personal connection with the person. Next slide. All right, I'm going to switch it up a bit, and let's talk about your ideas counting in your everyday life. Can you think of a time in your life when you wanted to try something new and you were not allowed to do it? All right, here are a few tips I use to get ready to make my case. After the conference, you can do this with a friend and in your self-advocacy groups. You need two people to practice making your case. One person is the person making their case, and the other person will be the challenger. Okay, I usually do this role play with a peer from the audience, but with Zoom, I'm going to do a quick role play with my assistant, Lee. Okay, keep in
Max,
mind.
if you'd like us to bring someone up, we could. It's up to you. But
thank you very much, but
okay.
I think I am all set, but
Okay.
I'm glad you thought of that, Brian.
Thanks.
So anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just want you to keep in mind that this is just acting. It is role play. My idea is that, here's my idea that I just came up with. I want to get a new laptop, okay? I want to get a new laptop. So in order for me to do that, I need to make my case. So watch and listen carefully. Here it goes. Hey Lee, how you doing, man?
Well, Max, yourself?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I actually feel good about something, and I wanted to, kind of run it by. Well, I want to bring it to your attention, but I want to share with you really. Yeah. I just found a new MacBook for about, it's about $1,100, and I want to buy this MacBook. I think it would be good for me.
I mean, are you able to afford it? I mean, $1,100 to spend on a computer is kind of a lot.
I hear you, but I'll be honest. I have been saving my money for this laptop for quite some time, so I really want to buy this.
Yeah, I understand that, but it's like you have to understand it's a laptop is usually only good for about like 2, maybe 3 years at most. I mean, have you thought about that?
Well, I mean, absolutely. As a matter of fact, the current laptop that I have is about ready to it's about ready to give up. And I've had this for 4 years, believe it or not. So I already have experience knowing that laptops last a few years for the most part. I mean, all I can say is I've researched this particular MacBook. I also have people in like my family and also friends of mine who have this kind of MacBook, and they have taught me like what to do in case I get a virus or whatever, and the technology and where to go in case I need it repaired. They also think too that it would be good for me to have this particular MacBook because of the work that I do, and also just for, leisure. It's got a lot of features on it that I think would benefit me. And I have done some research myself on it. And what I found is, seems like it's going to be very helpful for me to have for now and from now into the future. So I'm think that I'm eager to get this MacBook, and I feel confident that I would enjoy this piece of technology.
Max, yeah, it sounds like you did your homework. I mean, my biggest concern was money, and you kind of explained that you can afford this, and you've definitely done your research on it. So I'm gonna support you in getting this.
All right. All right. Well, thanks a lot. And I'll kind of give you like a little update of like how things go if you want that. It's up to you. All right. So making your case is basically making sure your ideas count. And when you are trying to like figure out what to say, it helps to think about, are there people who can help you? Are there any skills you need? And how can technology help you out? Use this information when trying to convince the people in your life to let you try something new. Learning how to speak up for yourself can be hard, but self-advocacy is something that gets easier with practice. Remember, self-advocacy is not an agency program. It is your everyday life. Next slide, please. Standing up for yourself is hard. It can be scary. You might be nervous about what other people will do or say if you if you tell them how you feel. I have a friend, his name is Mike Rogers from New York, and he says, beware of the advocacy death circle. And this is when you really know what you want, but you don't feel that there are people in your circle who will listen and give you the support you need. You need to know how to make your case. Sometimes it can feel like it is much easier to just let the other person have their way. Whether you talk, use sign language or gestures, point to pictures, get support to type, or any combination of these ways to communicate, it is important to let other people know what you are thinking and feeling. Next slide. So I don't know if this is going to be possible, but I would like you to kind of, I was going to ask, wave your hands and shout if you want things to change. Maybe I would just say raise your hands and shout raise your hands if you want things to change, or indicate that you want things to change somehow by raising your hands. You don't have to shout, but raise your hand if you want things to change. All right, I got that. Great. Okay, do the same thing for this. How many of us want to be the ones who have to change the way we do things? Raise your hand the way you did before if you are able. All right. That's right. Way to go. Changing what we do is not easy. When you come up with a new idea, be strong when making your ideas count, but also be kind and understanding. You have to remember that getting people to change the way they do things can be hard for them. We have ideas about how the world can be better for people with disabilities, and together we are taking action to put these ideas out there. One of the great signs of leadership is our ability to mobilize others, to bring people together. As self-advocates, we often are not interested in keeping things the same. We want to change the way things are, but it is all about relationships. Basically, you have to like people if you want to be the agents of change. I often say you have to genuinely enjoy the people you are working with, because leadership is a relationship-based activity, and it is something that really works well when we do it together. And when you find yourself being challenged, take a breath, avoid the urge to argue, and instead ask a question. And key is to remind yourself that at any moment you can compliment someone, and at any moment you can bring appreciation to the room. Next slide. If we as self-advocates and allies want to make our ideas count, we need to work together. Do not go it alone. Make sure you got the right people at the table. Make sure all have a chance to speak. And on a personal level, include people you trust to support you. Okay, I'm going to ask you once again to please go to the chat, and you will see a link in there. Click on the link. And this time, my question is for you is this: what can you do to get other self-advocates involved? What can you do to get other self-advocates involved? I see, ask them. Talk about it, share our successful stories, being themselves, reach out and let people know. Outreach, okay, I got that. Wow, there's a lot. Bear with me, pick a cause and issue that many people face. Show them that you have done it, and so can them. Oh, that's great. I love that. Encourage them. Networking. Help them out and be a team. Talk about it. Hold on. There's a lot coming in, so bear with me. Time check, Brian.
We have about 10, 15 minutes.
Okay, thank you.
We'll have time for Q&A at the end if you want that.
All right, thank you. Reach out to a group, be helpful, kind, respectful, tell stories, have a great conversation. Role model. I have to explain to people first and then tell them about the program. Talk to them, tell what it is all about, give examples, show them they are human, only human. All right, these are all really good. And sorry if I cannot get to them all. Oh, be a mentor, that's important. All right, all these are really, really good. These are really, really good. And I'm sure more are spilling out from your heads onto that. But save them because you're going to need them. All right. All right. I think you can go to, all right, good, there you go. So a big part of advocacy is working with lots of different people. You will meet people who are different from you. You will meet people with disabilities different from yours. You will meet people with races different from yours. You will meet people with genders different from yours. Self-advocacy has helped me, learn about myself through connecting with people with all kinds of backgrounds, no matter their ethnicity, disability, or differences. So across the country, in response to George Floyd's murder, we still have an opportunity to really reshape the direction our society is going. Many self-advocacy organizations are taking a closer look at racial justice. They are asking how we might take advantage of this moment. Self-advocates want to know if the government is being fair. Is there a difference compared to whites on how many people of color are getting services? Are there any differences on how money is being spent? Because it is hard to know what to do, a lot of people within the self-advocacy world are reluctant to talk or think about racism, but we can't ignore this problem. Everyone has to help end racism and other forms of discrimination. No one can fix everything all at once, but there is always a way to help. Take the time to bring together focus groups of self-advocates who have different cultural backgrounds. Listen to what is working and what is not working. Use what you hear to get better at including people of color in your groups, including people who identify as LGBTQ+, including people from diverse cultures. Now, here is an important point I want to make. We are not asking you to be an expert in someone else's culture, but we can be excellent in how we welcome and include people from diverse backgrounds. We need to teach the members of our group about discrimination. Teach them about the history of all kinds of discrimination. Discrimination against people who don't have a lot of money, discrimination against queer or questioning, gay, lesbian, and bisexual people, discrimination against women, discrimination because of someone's race, discrimination because of someone's religion, discrimination because of someone's immigration status. Hey, I make mistakes all the time, especially when it comes to issues about religion. I don't know a lot about different religions, about what is okay to say or ask. I am constantly learning. We need self-advocates with all kinds of cultural backgrounds to be a part of our teams. I have learned that people from different cultures have different ideas about what it means to have a disability. It takes time to understand what is important to be to a person. For example, being independent is important to most people with disabilities, but independence may look different in the lives of people with different cultural backgrounds. All of us require ongoing training and coaching on being respectful and accepting of people from different cultures. For the officers in our groups, an officer's job description should reflect what we need to do to work with people from different cultures. The diversity of the people who live in the community should match the diversity of people in our groups. We are not all the same. We need to be included so we can live life in our own way. We need to be true to nothing about us without us. We need to practice what we preach when it comes to inclusion. There is a great need for leadership opportunities for people of color with all types of disabilities. Nothing about us without us is the theme song for the self-advocacy movement. We are constantly reminding ourselves to look around the room and see who is at the table. Nothing about us without us means that we must include people with with disabilities from different cultures living in our state. We want to know if something is helping or hurting them. And together we speak to end discrimination. Next slide, please. I have a message for all of you, for all of the family members and allies watching this presentation. And my message is this: always believe in our intelligence. Believe that we are amazing people. Believe that we are capable of accomplishing our dreams. We need you. We count on you for support. We respect what you say and do, but please be aware that one of the most important ways you can support us is just believing in us. Next slide. And for our ideas to count, please believe people should try new things and take risks throughout our lives. We call this having the dignity of risk. And to be honest, we need to be allowed to make mistakes, just like people without disabilities do all the time. After all, it is how we all learn and how we all grow. Often people with disabilities are held to a higher standard than those without disabilities when we make mistakes. And when that happens, it often leads to harsher consequences. All we want is to be able to make mistakes and the opportunity to learn from them, and don't punish us for it. We grow from experience, just like everyone else. People with disabilities must be given the same chances as people without disabilities. Dignity of risk means allowing us to fail. That is the best way for us to learn. This is something that we lost during the pandemic for many reasons. Our providers and families have been stepping in to make decisions for us during COVID. We have to return to the days of people having high expectations for us. We want to be the ones who direct our own lives. We, appreciate all the help we got from our families and friends to get by during COVID, but getting back to normal means, well, I should really say, getting back to a new normal. But what it means really is gaining back control of our lives. Thank you for your support, but please don't protect us from living our lives. Give us a chance and give us opportunities to try new things. And in closing, to everyone, I want to thank you for having me present to you today. And please take what I have said into consideration as you do your important work. I wish you good luck in making your ideas count. I am counting on you to keep up your awesome advocacy. and to take a stand that way. Because when you do that, nobody can stop us. We are a force to be reckoned with. So on that note, keep up the good work. And I thank you so much for having me present to you today.
It was
Max,
very, thank you, Max. It was very informative. Next up, we are lucky to have DDS Commissioner Jane Ryder here to ask questions. Jane Ryder was named Commissioner of the Massachusetts Department of Developmental Services, DDS, in January of 2018, and has worked for the DDS since 1995. She was a key in the implementation of the DDS priorities, including the waiver enrollment, promotion of shared living and self-direction, and the improvement of consistency in practice across the state. Jane has spent much of her career advocating on the behalf of individuals with disabilities for equality, empowerment, and independence, said Governor Charlie Baker. Our administration is committed to providing meaningful support and training opportunities to help every individual with a disability integrate into their communities. Please join me in welcoming Commissioner Jane Ryder.
Thank you, Al, very much. It is a pleasure to join all of you for your 23rd annual conference. First of all, I want to thank Max. Max, your keynote speech was so inspirational. And I feel bad I have to follow you, to tell you the truth. But wonderful advice, and just thank you. That was great. And Al, I want to thank you and your board of directors. Thank you for, again, including myself and my staff in your conference this year. Joining me is our Director of Human Resources, Director of Human Rights, Joseph Wivru, who is going to help me out with the tough questions that you're going to pose to me. So again, I'd like to thank the Board of Directors of Mass. And I'd like to thank Brian and your staff. I think Mass has accomplished so much, especially in such a strange year we've been through with the pandemic and so forth. And I'm very excited about what the future holds for Mass and all the things you'll be doing. So I'm looking forward to your questions, and I hope folks know if I can't answer any of your questions, I'll be glad to get back to you with any information that you need. So thank you, Al.
All right, so we have I think the Q&A and the chat should be open for questions.
Right now, Brian, we have Peter and then Fran, who would like to come up by voice with a question if possible.
Okay.
You have a question. Hey, Jane.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, excellent. Thank you.
I was wondering, I have my own TV show called Special Times with Peter Filosa on Medfield TV on YouTube. And I was wondering if you would like to someday be for me to interview you for my show.
Oh, Peter, I would love that. I'd like to see your show. What are some of the other guests that you've had on your shows, and some of the topics that you've done?
I have had my house staff Paul from my group home in Rosendale. I have had my self-advocacy people from Vinfin named Amy Cabillion and Jeff Kielsen, and my friend Drew Belillis from Drew's Trips from Bedford. I've had Denise Garlick.
Oh, wow. Wow. Representative Garlick. That's great.
I have 8 shows now.
That is fantastic, Peter. Anytime. Before I leave, I'm going to leave my email address in the chat room. So whenever you have a chance, just throw me an email, and I'd be glad to be on your show.
That'd be awesome. I've always wanted to ask you that. So
Great. Thank you, Peter.
All right. I'm sorry, Bridget. Who did you say was next on there?
So next is Fran.
Hello, Commissioner Jane Ryder. It's Fran. Nice to finally see you again.
Fran, how are you?
Good, thank you. I just want to say thank you first off for being so dedicated in your job. You've been a great hero in my life, so much in my life. I just wanted to ask if I could schedule a meeting with you because I would like to talk about the LGBTQ community because I feel like the DDS community needs to be aware that the LGBTQ community needs to be addressed. I have brought it up many a times in my ISP and also in the human service world. And I do think it's a really important thing that we do talk about because I don't think it's addressed enough. If it's possible,
I would love, Fran, to set up a time to sit down and talk with you. I mean, it's such a huge issue across the board. Not only in the work you're doing with the Rainbow Support Group, but I was just reading in the paper today about there's been a number of incidences across the state of Massachusetts, especially in the high schools, with folks from the LGBT community being harassed, and it's really, really discouraging. So I would love, Fran, an opportunity to sit down with you, talk about the issues, and see what the department can do a better job as far as supporting the community. So thank you. I'm going to leave my my email address. We're in this virtual world, so the best way for us to connect would be give me an email and we can set up a time to get together. So I would really appreciate that. Thank you.
No, thank you for your time, and I appreciate it. All your kind words.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. Oh no, I was just going to say, Tom has been waiting for a while now, Tom. And then also Matthew. And please be patient. We will get to as many of these questions as we can. I know we have a long list of questions in the queue.
Tom?
Yeah, hi Brian, how you doing?
Hi, Tom.
Hi, Tom.
Hi, Gene, how you doing? I missed you. I heard you came up.
I miss you. I haven't seen you in so long, Tom.
I know, I miss you. Good. I miss you.
I miss you too.
When they come up and see you again.
You can come up anytime you want, Tom. I should come down.
Thank you. I know. You want to go out and visit her?
Sure. I should.
Yeah, all right.
Why don't I come and visit you?
All right. Last time I missed you. I heard last time you came up there.
I know. We
haven't meeting, I heard.
We haven't talked in a long time, Tom. How are things going?
Good. I got your up painting already. State house. I got that picture you had me state house.
Yeah.
I got me a speaker, state house.
That's great. Yeah.
And welcome. Give me a reward after that state house. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're working on this. We work on the sidewalk and all that.
Yeah. How's that going?
Some got done. The building done already. Apartment 5 done. And we need a cafe need to be done.
Well,
Where
you know,
Wally office is, right there.
and have you,
campaign.
and Tom, have you talked to Judy about that?
I brought up, I we did brought up a lot too,
Yeah.
Billy. We
Well,
need
you're-
that.
It was because of your advocacy, Tom, we actually got the sidewalks finally done.
I know,
down
about
there,
time,
so-
really.
I know. it took a
We
while.
need more too, we need more.
But we're gonna get at it. When the spring comes, we'll get going on that, okay?
All right.
Thank
How you been doing?
I've been doing
Good.
great. I've been doing great. We'll see each other soon, okay?
I hope so, yeah, I missed seeing you.
We'll get together, Tom.
All right, now we have Matthew. We also have a couple questions in the Q&A written in, which if I could just read one of them right now, it's a different question we haven't heard. It says, I am Brendan and I have a question. Would you help me connect with peers who want to make friends and those who want to date? I am with my parents. The social and other groups I belong to don't help with this.
Great question, Brendan. You know, and again, this past couple of years with the pandemic, it's been tough to try to connect people. But we have a number of groups across the state that really try to, you know, connect people with each other, because this can be an incredibly lonely time, especially, you know, with the restrictions because of COVID, because so many things that we've been used to doing just completely shut down 2 years ago, and we're trying to get things back. So again, I'm looking at you, Joseph. I think if we can get Brendan to connect with their regional human rights person, I think we can match Brendan up with some groups nearby that can help him connect and make some friends. So does that, hopefully that sounds okay, Brendan?
All right. Excuse me, Commissioner. We only got about 5 minutes, so we have time for like a couple more questions.
Sure.
Matthew's up, I think. Matthew?
Yeah, I just have a question for you, Jane Ryder. Good to see you.
Good to see you, Matt. Well, I can't see you, Matt, but it's good to hear your voice.
When is the restrictions going to ease up on stores and transportation of wearing a mask? I know Milton is no longer going to wear a mask, but I used to wear a mask in the supermarket because it has to come from corporate. When can we ease up on wearing a mask? And I know for transportation it's a federal law, but when can we stop wearing a mask in stores? And it's
great question, Matt. I think, you know, it's so dependent on where you live, you know, where your local city or town might have the restrictions about mask wearing, but, you know, it changes every day. You just got to stay connected with your community. But, you know, and there are some stores and restaurants that still want you to wear a mask. So I think, you know, at least for the short term, we should all be prepared to have a mask in case we have to use it. But, you know, as Anne Frack said earlier, I think hopefully now that the weather's getting warmer, people are out and about, our COVID numbers are going down. We're going to see those restrictions ease up a little bit, but you just have to be prepared. Like unfortunately, what we saw at the end of December, there was a surge of COVID, and we all had to put our mask back on. So I think we just got to stay informed. We got to keep in touch with our local communities and just follow the guidelines and stay healthy. I think that's the most important thing to do. So thank you, Matt, for that question.
All right, we have time for one more question.
Okay.
Derek has a question regarding banning electric shock, if he's able to come up.
Hi, Derek.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing pretty well.
Good, good.
This is a good question for you. I know it's a touchy subject. Is there anything that you can do to get electric shock treatment rebanned since the federal government unbanned it?
Great question, Derek. As folks know, there is just one place in the entire United States that still does shock treatment, which is JRC down in the southeast part of the state. And even though the federal government did ban it, JRC appealed that decision through the court system. So that is still being fought in the courts. So DDS is supporting, of course, whatever we can do to make sure that people are not treated that way. And I hope folks know the only people that have that type of treatment at the Judge Rottenberg Center right now are people who were approved years and years ago. There are no new people, folks being allowed to have that type of treatment. But we, along with many, many advocacy groups, are doing whatever we can to make sure that it's banned. But as you can imagine, Derek, when things get into the court system and lawyers get involved, it gets very, very complicated, but we're doing our best. We just think that is not a method that assists people in any way. And we're going to do whatever we can, to make sure that it's banned. But it's been a long process and we're still at it. So thank you very much for the question.
All right. All right. Thank you for the questions, everyone. Next, Jane will present the Gunnar Dybwad Support Award winners.
Thank you, Al. First of all, I want to thank everyone. Those were just incredible questions. I appreciate the dialogue, and I appreciate everybody saying hi in the chat room. And again, that's one of the things I miss about this conference, being able to see everybody in person and just being able to connect with everybody. But as Al said, it's my absolute pleasure to introduce this year's Gunnar Dybwad Supporter Awards. Most of you folks know Gunnar Dybwad was a tireless advocate. He is known for his work in disability advocacy, including advocating for complete integration and providing every self-advocate with access to their communities. I am happy to announce that this year's Gunnar Dybwad Support winners are from the Northeast region, Wanda Burns. Congratulations, Wanda. Also from the Northeast region, Linda Roach.
All right.
Hi, thank you very much.
All right.
Well,
Thanks, Wanda.
Congratulations, Wanda.
And thank you. Congratulations, Linda.
Yay!
We have Paula. Okay.
Let's see.
There we go. We'll bring you up on screen, Linda. Oh, looks like they're frozen. All right.
Oh no.
There you go.
There we go.
Congratulations, Linda.
Yeah, congratulations, Linda.
Big congratulations.
All right.
You can show your sister and everybody. They were very special.
Thank you. You are true. Thank you.
So should I move on, Brian?
Yeah, we're just trying to find the next person. Yeah, we can.
Oh, I've already
Yeah.
promoted the other folks,
Okay.
Brian.
There you go. All right. Well, that's probably why. All right. Here we are.
So from the Central Region, Jill Walulek. Congratulations, Jill. What a great award.
Thank you.
And from the Metro Region, we have Carla Murphy.
All right. Carla Murphy actually let us know that she wouldn't be able to make it today, but she sent us a very nice message late last evening, just thanking us so much and that she's honored to receive her award and that she wishes us a great conference.
Excellent. And then finally, from the West region, we have Ann Benoit. Congratulations, Ann.
Thank you.
Wonderful award. Well deserved.
you.
Thank you. And now, again, I just want to thank you all, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of conference. And I want to thank both Joseph and Nate for assisting me. And I'm going to turn the spotlight back to Al.
Now we'll have Matthew Banda present a Judith Judy Award, Judith Judy Roger Mentorship Award.
Right, just bringing Matthew up here and then moving a couple other folks in preparation for our next series of awards here.
Is Neil on?
Yep, you're on.
Is Neil Kane here?
Oh, he'll be here in a second. Let's see. Hold on, I'm going to spotlight you, Matthew, so that you can, as you're doing this introduction here.
Hi, Matthew. You might want to move your camera just a little bit.
Okay, Brian. How about now, better?
Just maybe down a little bit. We can see your full face. There you go.
All right, Matthew, go for it.
All right. Hello, everyone. In memory of Mass co-founder Judy Roger, we have created this Judy Roger Mentorship Award. Judy was a fierce self-advocate who also worked the book-owned group, Mass Self-Advocates. Judy worked as hard as for others as she did to advocate for herself, serving on many committees and boards, and mentoring numerous self-advocates. I am pleased and honored and delegated to announce this year's Judy Mentorship Award to go to President Neil Kane, my second-hand man. Neil?
Hey,
Neil.
yes,
Neil,
I'm
did you
here.
Did you hear my speech?
I did.
All right, you are honored. You are getting this award because you and Judy, and I'm honored to give it to you because I'm honored and delegated to give it to you, Neil.
And I thank you.
You're welcome.
And so, and thanks to everyone that nominated me.
You're welcome. You're welcome, Neil.
All right. All right. Thank you, Matthew.
You're
And
welcome.
congratulations to Neil Kane. Next up, the Janet LaPearl Encouragement Award presented by Central Region Coordinator Susan Moriarty.
All right. So
Thank you,
so
Al.
we're just going to bring you up with a spotlight here. Oh, there you are.
Thank you. I just want to say that I'm delighted to be announcing this award in honor of our beloved Janet. The Janet LaPearl Encouragement Award was established in 2021 in memory of Janet LaPearl, a fierce self-advocate and a friend. Janet was loved by many because she was genuinely interested in helping people to advocate and reach their goals. She was a friend to anyone and everyone. This year's Janet LaPearl Encouragement Award goes to someone who greatly loved and admired Janet, someone who says that Janet's spirit is with her every day. This award goes to Jillian Barabee. Proud of you, Jillian.
Jillian, congratulations.
Congrats, Jillian.
Thank you.
Congrats.
I don't know what to say. I guess I'm honored to. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm honored to get this award from Central Team to Minority. Thanks to all the Central Work team members, and especially to Moriarty.
The chat's blowing up. People are
You're
congratulating
welcome.
you. It sounds like you're getting messages too. So
Yeah, I
congrats.
got a lot of 2 text messages from Monique Gerard. So actually, when I started Mass, it was 2018 when I started on Central Work team, and someone underneath her wing, without getting more cheered up, but she kind of got me more strength. On Central Work team, it's like friendship building for me since I first started. And I will thank you to all the Central Work team members, especially Sue and Monique and other people, especially Fran as well. And I end this right now. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Sue. And congratulations to Jillian. Next up, we're going to have a quick 5-minute break. And then after that, we're going to have our next workshop, our history of Mass. So we're going to just take a 5-minute break. And we will see you at 2:10.
We have a comment in the chat from Catherine.
Oh.
Or sorry, yeah, Catherine says that I'm a leader by helping myself. I just hate group being a leader to everyone, and I am a good friend, and I'm also a very good friend. Well, sorry. I'm also a very, very helpful to my family.
Next up, Kamisha will present the Nancy Maynard Leadership Award. Take it away, Kamisha.
Right. Actually, Al, if you could hold on just one moment so we can spotlight Kamisha,
Okay.
and then start to bring our award recipients. Oh, okay. Spotlight is on. Yeah, we just want to try and bring our award recipients up as they are being announced. So Kamisha, if you wanted to go ahead and start that.
Hello everybody, welcome back. I will be presenting the Nancy Maynard Leadership Award. Nancy was known for her strong advocacy and relentless efforts to secure services for the individuals living at home with their aging parents. She served on a number of years on the DDS North Shores Area Offices Advisory Board and spoke regularly to the students at the North Shore Community College. Mass is happy to give this year's award to from Central Region, we have Beth Collette. Congratulations, Beth.
Thank you. Thank you.
Ready for the next one?
Yes.
Okay. From Northeast region, we have Peter Murphy. Congratulations, Peter. From Metro region, we have Matthew Bender.
Another one.
Congratulations, Matthew.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, everyone.
You're welcome. From Southeast region, we have Albert Milne. I'm sorry.
Okay. Thank you. It's an honor.
And last but not least, we have from the West region, we have Stephen Toby.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Stephen.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. All right. Thank you, Kamisha. And congratulations to all of our winners. And thanks to the Southeast for selecting me for this award. And I hope I can follow her Nancy's footsteps. Next up, we have Pauline Bosma, the Rainbow Program, the Rainbow Program Coordinator, and Oscar Hughes, Rainbow Program Support, presenting 2 awards. The John Gibbons Rainbow-
Al, hold up.
I think you have the paper might be in front of your microphone.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Sorry about that. Let's take 2. Thank you, Kamisha, and congratulations to all of our winners. And thanks to the Southeast for selecting me for this award. Next up, we have Pauline Bosma, the Rainbow Program Coordinator, and Oscar Hughes, Rainbow Program Support, presenting 2 awards. The John Gibbons Rainbow Group of the Year Award, as well as the Alfred Big Al Daigle LGBTQ and Community Support Award. Take it away, Pauline and Oscar.
Hello, everybody. I'm Pauline, and I'm going to give a brief background why we picked these 2 names and everything like that. The John Gibbons Award and everything like that was named after a dear friend of mine who helped me start the first rainbow group in Massachusetts and everything like that. You know, almost 18 years ago we started and everything like that. So, and he was a big influence on me. So, you know, then the nomination for the group is the Rainbow Central group, the statewide group for statewide. And accepting that group is, I think,
Jackie is here, the secretary of that group.
Jackie.
Yep, we've got Jackie Meyer here.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm here.
Yeah. So you're accepting this award for the whole
Yeah,
group.
the whole rainbows.
Yep. Yeah.
Whole group.
So, congratulations. So
I don't know what to say. I'm the new secretary. So
well, thank you. So, you know, and I'm hoping that we do more good things for next year, for the next year. So,
yay.
yep.
Okay. Thank you.
And yeah, and the next award is the Big Al Award, which Big Al was a staff person that ran a group down in the southeast of Massachusetts. He was a very big supporter of the group and everything like that. He helped out with taking the group to different Pride events, like Boston Pride, Worcester Pride, and everything like that. And he was very influential and everything like that. And we named it because because he was a very good guy and everything like that. And the the person that is accepting this award is Francesco. So
Hey,
just want to say thank you to all the members and Pauline and Oscar for really being a great part of my life, and all the members that for being a great asset of the group and making it possible, and also to my family being a really great support, because it's been a very, very hard time in my life right now without having my mom, but my mom would be very, very proud to be seeing this right now. I just want to say thank you to everyone. Thanks.
you're welcome.
Thank you, friend.
Yeah, and you're doing a good job. So, yeah.
Thank you.
all right. All right, thank you, Pauline. And congratulations to the statewide virtual rainbow group and Fran. Before we move on to the very exciting raffle, I'd like to once again thank our generous sponsors. Our growth sponsors are Beaverbrook Step, and Advocates. Our build sponsors are VinFan and Relative Responsibility. Our developed sponsors are Delta Projects, Disability Law Center, Bay Cove Human Services, Bridgewell, Sunshine Village, the Arc of Plymouth, Upper Cape Cod, the Arc of Greater Haverhill Newburyport, and the Guild for Human Services. That's it for today, folks. Congratulations to all award winners, workshop presenters, and our raffle winners. And a special thanks to Max Barrows and Commissioner Ryder. Just on a personal note, it's been exciting to be your MC for the day, and I will be your MC on Tuesday. We will have more workshops and another chance to win the raffle. I am Al Milne, and have a good afternoon and evening, everyone. And see you Tuesday.
All right. Thanks, Al.